Carl, he's the guy that is the producer on the floor out here, floor director. And of course, I got Mercedes here. Hey, Mercedes.
Hi, everybody. You liking these new intros? I like how you're asking me to say hello and you're panning away. You're like, goodbye.
Well, this isn't a big moment here for you. I'm going to be talking about Arthur. Arthur's the focus today. Arthur Artur Pawlowski has been arrested. They're trying to lock him up. They're putting him in jail. And then they're trying to take him in court and bankrupt him. But this guy's a fighter. I want you to watch this interview. You'll see a true activist, a Christian preacher and activist. I don't know how I'm going to segue into this, but I want you to see something. Come on over. Before I do my show, I'm going to hydrate. How do I hydrate? I haven't had water from a sink since I was a kid. Remember how you used to do that as a kid? You go to the sink, you get water. I have to purify the water. I purify the water. I don't even go for the bottled water. I get my own system. Let me show you how that is. It's a special system. Wait a second. I know this is taking me a little longer, but you'll like it when you see it. Underneath my sink, I have these 2 Sentry things. This one here purifies, takes all the garbage, captures all the garbage in the water. This one puts minerals into the water so that by the time it comes out, it's completely hydrated. No bubbles, no stains in the cup. And dare I say, you actually feel like the water's taking care of you. You're getting water. It's really interesting. You can almost be more thirsty when you're drinking good water. LanceWallnau.com/water. Check it out. We have it in the office. I'm hydrated again. All right, now let's go talk to Arthur and hear about what he's going through, because it's crazy what's going on up there in Canada. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got a special report for you. One of our friends, an activist on the front lines of the great battle against this communist principality, this Marxist woke ideology that tried to swallow up North America and got boldly rebuked and pushed back by the movement that put Donald Trump into office and a whole lot of Christian influence into culture. And boy, is the devil mad. You can see that. But we've got a political prisoner and freedom fighter up there in the north that I'm surprised. I was checking in and I found out that he's been blocked out. He's been iced out. He's been in a virtual lockdown in terms of American communication. His book is being banned and blocked. And we've got to get this honorary chaplain for Alberta, the Free Speech Award winner 2012, a staunch advocate for families, for values, for Christianity. Artur Pawlowski, our friend's activism has put him at the front lines of every significant protest that I know of courageously. And I think it's because he's a Polish, Canadian, evangelical, spirit-filled minister who has something in his DNA that reminds him of what the heel of totalitarian government feels like. And boy, Canada is half communist. Let's see if we can get Arthur on. Arthur, welcome to the show. And give us an update as to, I don't think people in America realize how bad it really is in Canada. It's like Kamala Harris 2.0. If she had won and the woke regime and the DEI machine was running America, we'd be like in the place you're in. So tell us what's happening.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lance, for that introduction. I mean, what a gong show here. We have G7 and the President of the United States of America just went back to the States. He left. I think personally, he just did not want to hang around with Zelensky and other globalistic psychopaths, in my opinion. So he took off. And we are truly, Lance, and it's coming from Polish immigrants that grew up behind the Iron Curtain. We're truly living behind the Iron Curtain once again in China, as we are calling this once a great nation that used to be strong and free. Our prime minister, in quote, of course, just gave another $2 billion to Zelensky for the war effort. And Canadians, over 4 million Canadians are struggling with necessities of life. We have about 2 million children that are living below poverty line. As you know, I feed the homeless people, and in our lineups, we have families and children. We have single moms and elderly. We are literally being wiped out. Those people in power right now, they do not care about Canada. They do not care about our rights, our freedoms, our constitution, fundamentally guaranteed rights. under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which starts with a preamble, whereas Canada acknowledges the supremacy of God and the rule of law. All of that is gone. We are in a soft police state being run by globalists, by tyrants, by people that if I had the power, many of those people would be charged with treason. So you're right. My book was blacklisted, was confiscated by the Canadian government 3 times already. And we thank God for the American people. We found a courageous publishing house that was willing to publish this, sent the book to Canada. It was stopped at the border, and they've tried to kill it for a month and a half. So now it's back on Amazon.ca, Amazon.com. But what a struggle this is. Here is what I believe it's happening. I'm still in courts. We're still fighting. Pastors are still being arrested. We have a whistleblower, a pastor, a friend of mine, Derek Reimer, that has been arrested as a whistleblower for exposing pedophilia and grooming of the children in the city of Calgary. I have been arrested 16 times, over 360 citations, over 120 court cases, and I'm still in courts. Last week, Thursday and Friday, we faced 8 lawyers against us, from Attorney General of Canada, courts in Alberta, the government of Alberta, Alberta Health Services, prison, you name it, all of those hyenas were there. So I think the plan, Lance, I think the plan is to destroy us financially. They understand a very simple concept that a little man, one family, one little church cannot fight this massive bureaucracy. They have unlimited resources. We have very limited resources. And for whatever reason, Lance, I don't understand, except maybe American people right now are enjoying the kumbaya, riding this beautiful moment of a victory during last November's election. And it feels like we have been a little bit forgotten, all the friends that we had in the States. I'm thinking like, okay, you've got your victory, but do you understand that your biggest threat, your biggest enemy is not coming from the southern border? It's coming actually from the northern border. We have Chinese troops being trained in Alberta, British Columbia. They're flying jets, being trained by traitors to the American people. Don't kid yourself. This government is a rogue, woke government that hates America. Carney was installed. He was not elected by the globalists. He was the same one that destroyed the Bank of England, went to Canada, worked for the Trudeau, for the son of the Castro, then didn't succeed quite destroying Canadian economy, moved to the States, lived in New York, and then suddenly no one knew who this guy was, and suddenly he was elected, appointed. And now he's finishing us off. And of course, he's throwing billions of dollars left and right. Albertans, we have the biggest defaulting on credit cards within the Confederation, and Canada is in the worst economical shape within the G7 countries. So that tells you everything those people are doing. And we are in the middle of this mixed. We got protests every day. I mean, it's a gong show. We got wildfires, smoke everywhere. Look at my eyes. I mean, it's unbelievable what they're doing to us here. And plus, we're in the middle of this court craziness.
Arthur, I'm mesmerized by this the tribulation going on in Canada. I can't hardly get my head out of it. What are you in court for? Give me an example of what you are now. What in the world would they be bringing you to court for?
Well, for example, Lance, we're feeding the homeless, and according to the city of Calgary and many other municipalities in this country, giving free goods and services, it's illegal. Distribution of printed materials, so Bibles, it's illegal. We were raided by the police and the Bible services, and my Bibles were confiscated, and my printed material, which is the gospel tracts, were confiscated by the authorities. We were told, I got a letter right here from City Hall telling me that if I got the court document and a letter from the City Hall, that if I will protest in front of City Hall, where historically that's where you do your protest, everyone is protesting there. You got Khalistanis today against the Prime Minister of India. You've got Ukrainians that just a couple days ago were protesting. You had Muslims that attacked us on Sunday, we had March for Jesus, and we were stopped by hundreds of jihadists yelling bloody murder to America and to the Jewish state because our church and our organization stands for the Jewish people. And of course, I stand for the United States of America. I mean, I love my brothers and sisters in the States. So we were attacked by hundreds of jihadists, and we had to divert and go a different route because we couldn't finish our March for Jesus where we had a designated permit. So it's a war. It's a war of ideology. We are dealing with not immigration. I am an immigrant. But what we are witnessing right now, it's not immigration. Immigrants, the difference between invaders and immigrants is very simple. We build a house, plant a tree, get a dog, have a family, work hard, leave a legacy behind us. Invaders destroy, pillage, throw Molotovs, bombs on the streets, shoot police officers, throw bricks. That's the difference between invaders and immigrants. We are immigrants. We want to live in peace. We want to, get children and grandchildren and have a merry and peaceful life. Those people in the States, those people in Canada are invaders, and they have only one thing on their mind is to destroy. So we're being taken to courts for all kinds of things. Also, I'm suing, as you know, Canadian government. And what they are doing right now is unbelievable. They are throwing every roadblock legally as they potentially can. They're asking for particulars. They're asking for this. They're asking for that. They're opposing here. And their whole idea is the process becomes the punishment. So what they're doing to people like us, they are finishing us off financially. That's why they are stopping the book from going out, because we have donated the book to this cause, fighting this injustice. And the fight continues. But my message is very straightforward to the American people. Pay attention to what's happening in the North, and also come to the rescue. We Canadians, we need to be liberated. And when Donald Trump, your rightful president, is making a statement, 51st state, and we should become one nation, I'm telling you, there's millions of Canadians that are cheering this rhetorics. There are millions of Canadians that are saying, come, please come. God, would you send this man with his troops to liberate Canada? Canada has fallen morally, economically, militarily. I mean, I can talk for hours. We have the biggest amount of suicides ever recorded in the history of this country. We have the biggest amount of fentanyl overdoses ever recorded in the history of this country. We are murdering children. We are murdering elderly right now. When you go to the hospital, the first thing they ask you is, would you like to finish your life? That's the first thing they will ask you. I mean, it's unbelievable. By law, doctors right now, they have to ask you if you want to take MAID, which is assisted suicide. Also, they are passing the law, mature minors. In other words, they are saying that if the kids want to kill themselves, they should be allowed to do it, and they call them mature minors. We are in a deep trouble. Why am I telling you all of this? Because if you don't come to the rescue, if you will not help us fighters here in the trenches, guess what? The same thing will happen to you, because from the north, they will attack America. And that's the whole plan. America is surrounded by your worst enemies. You are literally surrounded. And you should pay attention to what's happening in this country, because what's in this country wants to attack you as well.
Yeah, you're like California in 4 more years with Newsom or Harris as their governor. So, all right, so hold up your book. Let's do a proper promotion. And the name of the book is Lions Do Not Bow. And give us some chapter titles in the book. Can you open it up for us and tell us what's in the book?
Well, sure. There's lots of stuff in the book. I mean, there is Nathaniel, my son, testifying before the European Parliament. Here is with Eric Trump and his wife. We have all kinds of stuff here. I wrote this book on the pieces of paper right here that the inmates were giving me. Those are the pieces of paper that you receive in prison, and those are request forms. That's why they're different colors. And believe it or not, it scared them so much that they confiscated my manuscript 3 times. What's in the book? Arrest, the Get Out video, the background story, my American tour, meeting with different politicians, attempted briberies by the Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith. I was offered by the government $2 million to shut up. I was offered a guaranteed seat at the legislature.
$2 million and a guaranteed seat at the legislature if you would just compromise. All right, how do they get the book? Tell me, how do they get it?
Well, it's very simple. You can go directly to my publisher, or you can go to Amazon.com in the States, and it's free shipping if you got Prime, I think it's called.
Sure.
And then if you are in Canada, Amazon.ca, and 100% proceeds of the book are going to the legal fees to fight this tyranny. I believe that justice demands restitution. And I know that God has called us to fight. We are in the trenches. And like my brother David is saying all the time, we are willing to fight, but someone has to supply the bullets. We're shooting at the Nazis, but someone has to help us to supply the bullets. And that's,
so how can they get in touch with you, Arthur? Do you have any social media? Because we're gonna get our people behind you. How do they get in touch with you? How do they follow you?
Yeah, the easiest way is to go to streetchurch.ca, because our main ministry is feeding thousands of people on the streets of Calgary. We're doing this 3 times a week for the past 20-some years. Also, I pastor a church in the city of Calgary as well, and we are doing marches for Jesus. So all over social networks, however, we are unbelievably shadow banned, but you can find me, Artur Pawlowski, on Twitter, Artur Pawlowski on Facebook, YouTube as well. We are on Rumble. But like I said, they're doing everything in their power to censor, to shadow ban, and to stop people like you from hearing what's really going on. But if you go to streetchurch.ca, that's our website, and you will be able to find all kinds of ways how you can chip in, and please do if you can, because I'm telling you, like your president Donald Trump said, I am in a way of those that want to go after you.
No, we see that. And Arthur, we're gonna have you back on. I'm going to send me a copy of your book. You might have sent it already. Just send it to me, because or I'll order it. I'll get a hold of it. But I want to take a look at your book, and then we'll have you back on, and we'll see how the battle goes. People need to support you and your legal. I love the fact that you're suing the government, and you need to get a movement behind you, so you're too big for them to take out. And I think you already are. I think they don't know how to handle you, which is good. But you can't do this alone. So Arthur, we're praying for you. You and your family. God bless you. We're with you, brother. And you're going to see it in the social media. You're going to suddenly see a surge that'll come out of these broadcasts. God bless you. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much, Lance. Thank you. God bless.
God bless, Arthur. All right, listen, don't forget that book, Lions Do Not Bow, The Unbreakable Courage of Canada's Pastor. It's interesting to me that it takes a foreigner in Canada to be the voice of reason. And you know, we got a lot of Christians in Canada. I've been in Kelowna, in Windsor, and I'm sure the churches are realizing that you need to have a much more unified expression if you want to protect your religious freedoms. And each area of Canada is different, but that's the way it is. Hey, listen, we're running out of time. That's the way the new format is. That's all I could do. By the way, if you want to keep in touch with us, go to lancewallnau.com/podcast, Mercedes. Podcast. And that way you could not miss any of these updates. God bless you. We'll see you again later.
Clean, safe water. It's the foundation of a healthy home, but hidden contaminants could be putting your family at risk. That's why there's Sentry H2O, the smarter way to protect what matters most. It filters out what doesn't belong and restores what your body needs. Pure, mineral-rich water that tastes as fresh as it is clean. Because your family deserves more than just clean. They deserve water that supports their health. Go to lancewallnau.com/water and use code LANCE to save 10% on your water wellness system. That's lancewallnau.com/water, code LANCE.
Did you enjoy this latest episode? Please remember to share it with your friends, because the more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to navigate the world.